Good morning, dear students. So today we are going to start a new chapter of class 7 science, that is chapter number 13, motion and time. Remember students that this is a physics chapter. Okay, so let us start. See children, when we look around ourselves we see many things, okay, or objects like trees, houses, animals, birds, mountains, okay, all these are the objects. If you observe them carefully, then you may notice that some objects are fixed at a particular point, or they are still at a particular place while the others are moving. So broadly we can categorize, or we can say that there are two different types of objects. Number one, the objects which do not change their position with time. For example, a house, a tree, these objects are not changing their position with time, or a standing car. Okay, so all these objects are said to be at rest. While on the other hand, the objects which change their position with time, for example, a moving car, a flying bird, okay, so all these objects are said to be in motion. Remember one thing, that the same object may be at rest at one moment and in motion at some other. We can say that a car is there, a standing car is there. So at that particular point, that car is at rest. And as soon as the car starts moving, the driver is inside the car and he drives the car, so the car starts moving. So that car will be in motion at some other point. Okay, so whenever we are considering this state of motion or state at rest, we are considering this with respect to one reference point. So let us imagine a situation where we are sitting inside the compartment of a moving train. Okay, so if we take that compartment to be the reference point, and with reference to that compartment we are considering the passengers who are sitting there. Okay, so all the passengers, because they are sitting in that compartment, so with reference to that compartment the passengers will be at rest. Okay, what is the reference point here? The reference point is the compartment itself. But if we take this reference point, if we take another reference point, like say for example, if we take the platform in which the train is running, and if a person is standing there on the platform, if he observes that moving train, the train or the compartment from that point, so for that person, the train, the compartment, as well as the passengers sitting inside that compartment will be in motion. Okay, so we can say that the same object may be at rest with respect to one reference point. Always we have to tell this reference point, with which reference point we are saying it to be at rest. Okay, and in motion with respect to another at the same time. Because here what we are doing is we are considering this to one with respect to one reference point, so the motion will always be known to be relative. We will call it as relative motion. Okay, and the states, which states? The state of rest or the states of motion, these are also what? These are also relative. Now let us consider some examples, different examples of motion, okay, and their types. Like number one is soldiers in a march past. So the motion will be what? It will be a straight line motion. If a pendulum is moving, so the motion of that pendulum will be periodic. You must have seen a pendulum. Okay, it moves or it swings at a fixed interval of time. Okay, number three is pedal of a bicycle in motion. So that motion will be said to be circular motion. Okay, so these are different types of motion. Now see children, we know that motion of some objects is slow, while the motion of some others object is fast. Even if we are considering the same vehicle, at times it may be fast and at times it may be slow. Okay, so to know how fast an object is moving, we should know the following two things. Now what are these two things? Number one, how much distance is covered by that object. Okay, the object of which we are saying that how fast or slow it is moving. So that object, how much distance is covered by that object. And second, in order to cover that distance, that particular distance, what time was taken, how much time was taken to cover that particular distance. Okay, so these two things are very important if we want to know how slow or fast that object is. Okay, now to find out which of the two, okay, which of the two or more objects is moving faster, is we compare. How do we do it? We compare the distance moved by them in a unit time or a fixed time. Okay, suppose we want to compare the like which one is moving faster, which object is moving faster. If we have two or more objects over there, so what we'll compare? We'll compare that the distances moved by them in a unit time or in a fixed time. Let us consider this. We have two cars, say car A and car B. Okay, and this car A, in 1 hour it has covered a distance of 30 kilometers, while the car B in same time, in a fixed time or in a unit time we can say, because here we are taking it as 1 hour. So in 1 hour it is covering a distance of 50 kilometers. So which car will be the fastest out of these two? Car B. Okay, so the distance traveled by an object in unit time, okay, the distance that an object travels in a unit time is known as its speed. Okay, and what is the formula of speed? We can write it as speed is equal to distance traveled upon time taken. Say if we are saying that if any object or any body covers a distance s, we are denoting the distance by s in time t and the speed by v. Okay, so the speed of that object or that body v will be equal to distance, that is s, upon t, that is time taken. Now what is the SI unit of speed? We know that the unit of distance is meter. Okay, and the unit of time is what? Second. So the SI unit, okay, the unit of SI unit of speed will be equal to meters per second, and this meter per second can also be written as m per s. M stands for meter and s stands for seconds, or we can also write it as meter second inverse 1. Okay, but since the speed varies from very slow to very fast, maybe some objects are moving very slowly and some objects are moving very fast, so this speed this unit of speed cannot be used for, or cannot be used to express all the speeds. Okay, so we have different units of speed also. Like if the unit of distance is centimeter and the unit of time is second, then the unit of speed in words will be centimeter per second, and in notation we can write it as cm per s, or cm, that is centimeter second inverse 1. Similarly, if the unit of distance is meter and the unit of time is minute, so the unit of speed will be meters per minute. Okay, or we can also write it as m per min, that is minute or meter minute inverse 1. Considering kilometer as a unit of distance and hour to be the unit of time, unit of speed will be kilometers per hour. Okay, and in notation we can write it as km, that is kilometer per h, h stands for hour, or kilometer hour inverse 1. Now see, if any vehicle is moving, suppose any, like we can say car is moving or a scooter is moving. Okay, so always it doesn't move with a constant speed. Okay, its speed is changing. So during that journey, the speed of that vehicle or that object, it may be fast, it may be slow, or it may be even zero. Like suppose a vehicle is standing at places like red light. Okay, so in that case the speed will be 0. Okay, so what we measure the total distance covered by the vehicle and the total time taken during that journey. So that speed will be known as what? That speed will be known as average speed. So the formula of average speed will be equals to total distance covered